Welcome to the MMA Drama podcast. I am Tony59 and welcome to the show, everybody. Yes, shout out to Spotify, shout out to Anchor, and providing this platform for myself so I can talk a lot of trash about the fight game, about the fighters, and give out my own opinions and fight predictions and share you guys the latest news, gossips, and rumors, anything in the fight world, specifically MMA. So, I want to talk about this, fantasy fight between George St. Pierre and Khabib Nurmagomedov. Okay, this fight was supposed to happen, but it didn't because Khabib retired. Okay, that's one thing. George St. Pierre cannot drop down to 155 pounds to fight Khabib. Khabib is not willing to go up to 170. He probably wants to have a catch weight between 162, 165, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Khabib is 29-0 before he walked away, defeating Justin Gaethje and retaining his lightweight strap. And then he fucking relinquished that shit by officially retiring. And ever since then, Dana White and the UFC been wanting Khabib to continue to fight. Okay, because it's money. Khabib is a fucking money-making machine. You know what I'm saying? Especially over there in the Middle East. Especially over there in Russia. Khabib is huge. He's a fucking big celebrity over there. So there's a huge market of, Russian fighters, Russian fans, and the Dagestani type of population, and plus he's Muslim, so that part of the world, there's the whole part of the country, they're Muslims, so he's huge over there, and the UFC wants to keep him. Okay, but ever since Khabib's father passed away due to COVID complication and the other underlying health conditions that his father had, his mom advised him to not fight, and Khabib, he's an emotional wreck, and he still wanted to fight, and fought Justin Gaethje, defended his title, and decided to retire. Okay, and that kind of shook the world, shocked everybody who's in the MMA world. It's like, oh shit, fucking Khabib retired, still young, 29-0, barely like 30 something years old. Wow, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? All right, because Khabib wanted to fight George St. Pierre for his 30th fight. He wants to go 30-0, and with his final fight, he wants to fight George St. Pierre. Okay, but he wants to fight George St. Pierre at 155 pounds, putting the title on the line. He wants to defend his belt. George St. Pierre wants to go down to 155 and be a 3-division champ. But George St. Pierre cannot drop to 155. He hasn't tried it out. He doesn't know how he's going to feel. He doesn't know if he can fucking function at 155. He doesn't know if the weight cut can affect him. Okay, plus George St. Pierre, at that time, he's like 39, turning 40 years old. The older you get, the harder it is to cut the weight, right? And not only that, but George St. Pierre's mind in the fight game is not there like it used to be. And when George St. Pierre was like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, in his younger years, he's fucking hungry. Now he's on the top of the food chain. He's not that hungry anymore. So he's selective on who he wants to fight. He wants to fight the biggest names and get the biggest paycheck. Low risk, high reward. That's George St. Pierre's mindset. Okay? Now, Khabib's father wants Khabib to fight George St. Pierre. Because Khabib really want to test his skills against one of the greatest of all time, GSP. All right? That's a fucking compelling matchup between these two guys. Okay? If they were to fight at 155 pounds, putting the lightweight strap on the line. George St. Pierre goes down to fight Khabib. Um, man, I feel that Khabib can win. And here's why. It's because of the fucking weight cut. That's it. That's it. George St. Pierre, probably has a hard time dropping to 170. You know what I'm saying? And for him to drop another 15 pounds, shit, he's going to be like fucking TJ Dillashaw when TJ fought against Henry Cejudo and got his ass knocked out quick in the first minute or so, I believe. You know what I'm saying? It's because TJ dropped from 135 to 125, made the weight, but the recovery must have sucked. So Cejudo's too much for him. Fucking hurt him. You know what I'm saying? So George St. Pierre might be the same thing. If he drops to 155 pounds, a weight class that he never fought in, at age 40, you know what I'm saying? Can he replenish his body and rehydrate and have plenty of time to have enough energy in himself to fight? That is the question that we're wondering. And we will never know because that fight will never happen. You got two guys that are retired. GSP was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame recently of this year of 2021. Khabib retired for a while already. And it seems like Khabib is not coming back. He's getting fat. And he has his own fight promotion, Eagle Fighting Championship, with no ring girls. Okay, there was a fucking big fucking bullshit about that where Khabib said that the ring girls in the UFC are useless. And, obviously the ring girls are upset. Valentina Shevchenko kind of spoke about that. But Khabib, he's still, standing firm on his opinion about that. And his Eagle Fighting Championship promotion does not have any ring girls. All right. It's probably his Muslim belief. You know what I'm saying? Or his personal belief. It doesn't fucking matter. The point is, George St. Pierre, Khabib Nurmagomedov, if they were to fight at 155 pounds, my money is on Khabib. Now, if they were to fight at 170, my money is on GSP. And here's why. Again, fucking Khabib Nurmagomedov. He's going up in weight class, which is good for Khabib. He doesn't need to cut that much. But fucking George St. Pierre is a fucking beast at 170. He's the fucking king of the welterweight division. A Hall of Famer. The GOAT of the welterweight division. And one of the GOAT's greatest fighter of all time. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad... Well, it won't be a bad matchup, but George St. Pierre, the greatest welterweight of all time, fighting against Khabib Nurmagomedov at 170 pounds, George St. Pierre will win via decision, if not possibly a submission. Okay? George St. Pierre is too much for Khabib Nurmagomedov at 170 pounds. Come on. He went up 185 pounds, took out Michael Bisping, and became a 2-division champ. All right? That's George St. Pierre. And George St. Pierre has to gain weight. He's trying hard to gain weight, and he fucked up his stomach, and he has some sort of colitis issue that supposedly caused him to relinquish his belt and go back into retirement. But he beat Michael Bisping at 185 pounds, became a middleweight champ, cementing his legacy as a 2-division champ. Man, that's George St. Pierre. Yeah, everybody's saying fucking, George St. Pierre picked an easy fight against Michael Bisping. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, Michael Bisping, man, dude, he's a fucking fighter. He's a fucking fighter. Look, he fought at 205s. I believe he was the Ultimate Fighter winner. You know what I'm saying? He fought at 205 for a while, came down to 185, and you know, became a champ there. And so, is George St. Pierre much more skilled than Michael Bisping? Yes. Yes. Michael Bisping is bigger. George St. Pierre is much more skilled. Yes. I wouldn't say it's an easy fight. You know what I'm saying? Because George St. Pierre never fought at 185. And, but you're talking about GSP that hasn't lost since, I don't know what year, but his last loss, because he only has 2 losses on his MMA record, 1 to Matt Hughes, 2 to Matt Serra. There we go. He hasn't lost ever since the Matt Serra fight. You know, that's a fucking long ass time. And to come back after a 4-year layoff, became a middleweight champ. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's why he's considered one of the greatest. And if he were to fight Khabib at 170, he'll fucking take Khabib out via unanimous decision or at least via submission. All right? He's big. George St. Pierre is fucking big. He's big, he's huge, he's athletic, he's very skilled, dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's criticized for not having knockout power. He's criticized for just taking you down and wearing you out and holding you down. Khabib is doing the same thing. Khabib takes you down, maul people, ground and pound them, and look for the submission. Okay? George St. Pierre is just a bigger version of Khabib. You know, George St. Pierre knows how to kick, he knows how to punch, he knows how to wrestle, he knows how to grapple. Okay? And if you got these 2 guys fighting at 170 pounds, George St. Pierre will win. Khabib will win at 155 because that's his fucking environment. George St. Pierre will win at 170. Now, if they were to meet in the middle somewhere, like a catch weight at 165, maybe 162, I'd still give it to George St. Pierre. You know, I still give it to George St. Pierre. That weight cut will be tough for George, but man, George is well-rounded. Okay, Khabib, he's known, he's predictable for taking you down and holding you down. You know, he has a strong wrestling pedigree, and that's what he's known for. Every fighter that fought against Khabib knows that they're gonna get taken down, knows that Khabib's gonna be on top, knows that they're gonna get mauled. It's just that they're not able to fucking crack the code and get out of that position. All right, George St. Pierre, he likes to be on top. He's a strong wrestler himself. And he's able to get people. Like, I don't even see George St. Pierre on his back unless he was losing. Unless when he lost to Matt Serra, he was on his back, got his ass knocked out. When he lost to Matt Hughes, he was on his back when Matt Hughes did an armbar, beat him. I don't think George St. Pierre was ever on his back. You know what I'm saying? I always see George St. Pierre on top. He's always on the top position, and that's what. And Khabib is known to be on top too. So you got 2 guys that are dominant wrestlers. What a fucking compelling matchup! You know, that's never gonna happen. You know what I mean? But man, if they fight at 155, Khabib wins, in my opinion. If they fight at 162, 165 pounds. And 170 pounds, George St. Pierre will win for sure. Okay? So that's a fantasy fight that the fans want to see. But unfortunately, that's never going to fucking happen. Khabib is fat. George St. Pierre is retired. He's Hollywood now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing Marvel movies and shit. And, that's what's going on. But what a fucking compelling matchup if these 2 fucking warriors were to go at it. You know, again, Khabib, he, defended his belt maybe a few times. George St. Pierre probably still holds the record. I believe he holds the record, the most title defense in the welterweight division. And, that's like I said, man, GSP is at a different level, I believe, than Khabib. If Khabib were to stay a little longer and reign supreme in the lightweight division and has multiple title defenses in the lightweight division. Holy shit, he's gonna be one of the GOATs. And he's already the king of the he's already the king in the lightweight division already. Just when he defeated Raging Al. Is it Raging Al? Al Aliquenta, and became a lightweight champion. And then who he defended? He fought. Did he fight Conor after that? He probably fought Conor. Okay, defended his title against Conor, Poirier, Justin Gaethje. Never fought Tony Ferguson. So he probably defended his belt 3 times. But imagine if he were to defend it another 5 to 6 times and still remain undefeated. Holy shit. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, Khabib is retired. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's crazy what he could have done. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. George St. Pierre versus Khabib Nurmagomedov, a fantasy fight, a compelling matchup between these two guys. My money is on George St. Pierre if it's above 155 pounds. If it's at 155, I believe George St. Pierre will be too exhausted. He'll probably be fatigued. He'll probably be too weak for that weight class. And Khabib is very strong. And I believe Khabib could take him out. So that's my fight prediction of this fantasy fight between these two guys. And that's what I think. Very, very interesting fight. That's never, ever going to fucking happen, unfortunately. But it is what it is, right? Max Holloway. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. And if you guys want to support the MMA Drama podcast, you can do so by clicking on the support tab. And you can make a small monthly donation to help sustain future episodes of MMA Drama. And, doing so will continue to keep this channel alive as I continue to produce more episodes. Any donation is highly appreciative. I just want to say thank you if you're planning to donate. Thank you in advance, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the show. And I'm looking forward and keep you guys updated with the latest news, gossip, rumors, and fight predictions from me. I am Tony59, and this is the MMA Drama Podcast, and I'm out. Thank you.